Okay, I'm hoping the CPU is fine now, just uploading to YouTube rather than processing the video. So yep, the sound effects seem to be okay. I'm more comfortable with this. So let's see if I can win this to make it 2 out of 3 today, if possible. Let's play Bishop E2 maybe. Alright, so this variation again, that's just castle here. Alright, get the queen out to G3, like a game recently. So the queen's potentially useful here. If Bishop H6 here immediately, isn't that dangerous? Because there's no knight H5. Right, you can do that, yeah. Okay, what to do? Rook B1. Maybe just wait for Rook B1. Wait with Rook B1 rather. So, alright, so I have to waste the time kicking this bishop or loosening position, but I hope. Bishop E3 now. So a small advantage maybe. F4, I'm asking for the bishop to be trapped, I think. Okay, that's another sort of time loss maybe. So here, if Bishop G5 F6, what about just Bishop, say D2? Maybe the idea of Bishop B4 and then also F4, F5. Or even maybe C4 at some point. Okay, E5 could be weak here. Bishop F4 to E5. That looks like a nice place for the bishop, if nothing else. On E5 now. Going back. So how about F3 and it's looking good. Just after F3, what do I? Well, the knight's sort of pinned to G7 at the moment, so do I need to tear open some lines or can I do something else here? If C4, what would be the point? Maybe I think H4, H5 then. I think H4 here. And Bishop E2 useful, and play H5. Okay, so Bishop E2 first. Try and get into play H5. So just take the bishop. I get pawn to H6, that would be useful. Aha. Okay, what about over here, Queen F4 maybe? Actually, I've just seen something, Rook B3. Rook B3 to play Rook G3. Rook B3 is a useful resource here. Rook B3, just switch the rook on the attack. This looks good. This bishop on E5 looks like a classic, sort of Alekhine game where you play someone just weaken the light squares, the dark squares willy-nilly. So makes it look like an impressive, instructive game sometimes when the opponent has a big, gaping weakness on E5. So if I can get in Rook G3, maybe just Rook G5, H5, or just H5 immediately. Rook G3 and H5. Okay, here, couldn't I just take on H5 and play Rook G3? Say Rook G8, Rook G5. Or is it better to keep that? Can I just gain another tempo with Queen F3? Queen F3, Knight F6, H5. And, I don't know. Could test that. Mind you, there's Bishop E8. Alright, so I think I'll just go for that. I'll lose that bishop. Just get in Rook G5. Maybe get the other rook in. Okay, E1 to E3 to G3, that would be funny. But why not? This is like very passive for black, surely. Well, he's got C2 to work with. If I can get to play Rook G7 though, Queen takes Rook G8 if the Rook is over here. So Rook C8, Rook E3, Rook C2, Rook G3. Isn't that critical for black? There's no check on C1. How does he defend G7? Without allowing Rook G7, Queen F4. Okay, he's offering the exchange. Sack. I could try and refuse that with just getting this rook in anyway. I don't want to give up on a delicious bishop on E5 just yet. In fact, I don't know, Rook G8, there's Rook takes G7, Queen F4, Rook G6. That would be a beautiful thing. Actually, Rook G4, because otherwise it's not mate. Rook G4, Rook G7 takes. Then that would be exchanged out for Rook takes G7. Queen takes F4. No, there isn't Rook G4. There's Queen E5. So how can I just exert more pressure here? Is there any way of exerting more pressure? Bishop takes G7. Rook takes. There's Queen B8. Queen B8. Bishop G7. Rook. Queen B8. There's no defence there. Surely. All right. Let's just check this one more time. Bishop takes G7. Rook takes G7. Queen B8. There's no Rook G8. There's no Bishop E8 or C8. That looks good. Okay, he's giving up the queen. I'll get the pawn to H6. I mean, that would be a very dangerous pawn. If I can get the pawn to H6, then again the threats will start again. Okay. Is G6 vulnerable? Or I'll try and win some material now. So if the bishop moves Queen G7, I can start to win B6 and play A4. In fact, I can win it with check. Right. So if I play A4, if he takes, there's Queen A7. Winning that bishop. So is there much hope here for black? I hope not. Right, Queen B7 just to do I let C2 go? Do I need to let C2 go? A5, Rook C2, A6. Well, I think the pawn's really dangerous. I'm getting A7 and Queen B7, surely. King can come out to H2. Alright, so it's trying for a mating net of some sort, but I'll just try and Queen over here. Okay, Queen B7, pinning the bishop. It's resigned. So that was I thought that was a neat game actually. So this gambit's worked twice now in recent days. Just gambiting that seems to get a lot of pressure. So black trying to for king safety, but this E5 is a massive hole now. And so trying for H4, H5, I was trying to intensify the pressure on this diagonal. Then this rook switch, giving up the bishop for knight was a bit controversial, but I think there's enough pressure on the dark squares now. I don't need the other bishop. So he's offering the exchange, but I refused. And now there's this neat trick, not rook g7, but bishop g7. Neat little tactic. So winning the queen. After that, it's sort of downhill for black. Comments or questions on YouTube? 2 out of 3 today. And I think that second game was unfortunate, but you know, I won't be posting videos while playing. I think that was, I was trying to be a bit too quick there on the next game. But okay, thanks very much.